And now to that Alabama Supreme Court ruling that essentially stopped IVF in that state. Fallout from the decision that frozen embryos are essentially children, deepening divisions among conservatives over abortion and other reproductive services. Former President Trump taking to Truth Social to show his support for IVF, saying that under his leadership, quote, the Republican Party will always support the creation of strong, thriving, healthy American families. Now, his opponent in the GOP primary, former Ambassador Nikki Haley, seemingly siding with the ruling at first, saying, quote, when you talk about an embryo, you are talking about, to me, that's a life. Well, News Nation's Elina Shirazi live in D.C. now with the very latest on this contentious issue. Elina.
Natasha, definitely is contentious. Fallout from the ruling in Alabama is already being felt on both sides of the aisle. One Republican group is worried about the election impact this could have, saying that Democrats will try to manipulate the issue for their own gain come November. And here's a memo we obtained, an internal memo sent by the National Republican Senatorial Committee, calling the Alabama ruling, quote, fodder, that's basically food, for Democrats hoping to manipulate the abortion issue for electoral gain, adding that there are 0 Republican Senate candidates who support efforts to restrict access to fertility treatments. The NRSC memo also outlined key talking points for Republican candidates to highlight when discussing IVF and fertility treatments, including expressing support for IVF, opposing restrictions on IVF, and campaigning on increasing access. And on the campaign trail, Republican presidential candidates taking a different point of view on the ruling. Nikki Haley siding with the Alabama Supreme Court at first, saying that embryos are babies. She later walked that back. She walked back to her statement, saying she doesn't agree with the ruling. And former President Donald Trump showing his support, saying, quote, we want to make it easier for mothers and fathers to have babies, not harder, adding that he's calling on the Alabama legislature to act quickly to find an immediate solution to preserve the availability of IVF in Alabama. And Texas Governor Greg Abbott voicing his position today. Listen here.
What I think the goal is to make sure that we can find a pathway to ensure that parents who otherwise may not have the opportunity to have a child will be able to have access to the IVF process and become parents and give life to babies.
And back to that internal NRSC memo obtained by News Nation. In conclusion, it reads, quote, when responding to the Alabama Supreme Court ruling, it is imperative that our candidates align with the public's overwhelming support for IVF and fertility treatments by advocating for increased access to these services, opposing restrictions, and emphasizing the importance of supporting families in their journey to conceive. Our candidates can demonstrate compassion, respect for family values, and a commitment to individual freedom. Natasha, it's clear from that memo that basically the NRSC, that group, is worried that Democrats will try to capitalize on this ruling come November. They're very concerned about the message that they could send right now.
Yeah, very interesting to see that internal memo. We appreciate you breaking it down. Elina Shirazi live in Washington with that. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.